Greetings, Synth Cadets. Happy New Year to you. I thought I'd start this year by looking at which keyboards I've been using most last year. It was a heavy year of touring, really. I did an arena tour with Jamiroquai recently. In the summer, I was touring my own second solo album around Europe. And then before that, I was touring with Purple Disco Machine in America and a bit in Europe. I've also been working on a studio album for Jamiroquai. So I thought I'd look at which keyboards I've been using the most. I've got to do a cull in here. I've got to be honest with you. There's too many keyboards. Some of them have got to go. At some point, it's hard to let go. But anyway, let's get into what I've been using. Okay, so at the very top of my list has to be the Yamaha Montage M. It's the first time that I've owned a workstation that I've actually really loved. You know, they've always just been utilitarian things that you felt like, okay, you need this, covers all the sounds, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. But with the M and the addition of the virtual analog, plus the FM, plus the AWM, you can really make some amazing patches with it. You've just got such big sounds. You got lovely piano. I particularly love the upright. You can make your own really original synth patches. With Jamiroquai, it's so handy because you can flick between sounds easily with these scenes. You can have scene 1 is a piano, scene 2 is a whirly, like I've got here, one of the new tunes we're doing. I'm using an upright piano. And then there's a sample down here from the record. And then in the chorus, I've got a whirly with a chorus on it. Really flexible and handy. I've programmed some sounds that I love as well using the virtual analog. I use this pad on a track called All Right. And with my own gig, I've been using the Montage 6 because it's smaller and easier to cart around. And again, I'm triggering samples plus playing sounds on it. I also love the fact that I can put my Oberheim through it or my Moog Muse. It goes into this mixer and I can apply effects from the Montage. So the Montage is almighty, number 1. So I'm grouping the next 2 keyboards together because they fit like a hand in glove. First of all, my Vintage Vibe electric piano. I've always used my Fender Rhodes Mark One on tour with Jamiroquai. This is the first time that I've used the Vintage Vibe instead. And the reason is, A, the action is so even, it's great to play. And also, it's got this variable voice control, which means I can change the sound of the Rhodes from track to track. That is really handy. For instance, on a track like Space Cowboy, I'm using this kind of sound. But then on a track like Love Philosophy, I'm sliding this slider all the way over, brightening it up and putting some chorus on, and I've got this kind of sound. Or maybe halfway in between for like Canned Heat. You may notice that I've got a very lush sounding chorus on this Vintage Vibe. It's a stereo in, stereo out chorus, and it's a multi-effects pedal. I can't tell you any more about it because it's not out yet and I've been involved in its creation, but I'm really chuffed about it and it's coming, so watch this space. So that's the Vintage Vibe. Onto the Moog. It's my favourite of the affordable analog polysynths, I guess, at the moment. It's so big sounding, you can have 2 layers, you know, 2 different synths. It's a very special sounding keyboard. It's got so much programming possibilities with 4 LFOs and loads of envelopes. So next on my list has to be the Sequential Prophet 5 or Prophet 10. I've been using it, hired ones with Purple Disco Machine around the world. I love its direct sound, its simplicity. I love the fact that it's mono, actually. It's straight down the line, in your face. And I think it's a really funky synth, you know? And I find I gravitate to it more than the Oberheim OBX8, which I've been using with Jamiroquai. It's a fantastic synth, the Oberheim, but it doesn't quite fit into a busy pop thing for me. Sometimes it does, but I've just not found myself being able to get it into the music enough. Whereas the Prophet just fits in really nicely. There's just something about it. It's a classic for a reason, I guess. I also find it fits in mixes really well. So when I'm doing sessions, I often get good results with the Prophet. It just seems to work in tracks. So next on the list for me is the Third Wave by Groove Synthesis. It's a massive sounding synth based after the original PPG. I don't know if it sounds exactly the same as the original because I've never played one, but it sounds great, I know that. and you can marry the wavetables from the original PPG with the virtual analog engine. There's 4 synths, you can stack it up, and it just makes very big sounds. And I've just been noticing when I've taken it into the studio with Jamiroquai, it's the one that always pricks everyone's ears up. It's like, oh, that sounds big. And it's gone down and it seems to be working on tracks. And that's the measure of a great synth. You know, does it actually end up on tracks? And this one has been. So yeah, I really love it. Let's check it out. Okay, so we've got a second Moog making it onto the list. That's the glorious Moog One. A lot of people seem to hate it for some reason that I can't fathom, but I love it, I've got to say. You know, it's just such a massive, warm-sounding synth. I think the reason a lot of people didn't like it, when it first came out, the presets weren't very good. And also, it's not so easy to get great sounds out of it. You have to really learn how to use it. But once you do really get into the architecture and learn it properly, you can get incredible sounds out of it. And I long ago programmed a lot of sounds. I just switch it on and go back to those sounds generally. I use it in sessions a lot because you can have one pad that will just be so big you don't need 4 sounds. You've just got one sound do the whole job. And that's what I love about this. It's got 3 synth engines, but generally I just use one. Sometimes I might layer different sounds on top of each other, and you can delay the envelopes, which I really like. So you can have a sound and then later on another sound comes in out of nowhere, and that's pretty awesome. But for just general sort of pop sessions and stuff like that, just having a big pad with the poly unison on and it's spread out in stereo, it's a big sound, it's a winner. Lastly, I just want to give a shout out to Melbourne Instruments for Nina and GS Music for the E7. I was using Nina with the Purple Disco Machine tour and it was rock solid, super reliable, as well as great sounding. The magic thing about this is the fact that all these knobs are motorized, and it's great when you're playing live because if you want to have a little tweak, you know exactly where you are. So I love that module, it's superb sounding. And the E7 is a really, really original sounding synth. I love the sound of it. It's very raw. It's got so much character. It's one of my favorites. Okay, well, that's it for now. Let's see what 2026 brings. By the way, if you're in Zurich February the 20th, I'm playing at Moods with my band, and I'm doing a festival March the 6th in Le Hague. March the 12th, I'm playing in Mannheim in Germany, all with the band. If you fancy it, come and say hi. All right, see you soon.